Hi everybody, welcome back to Kathy's Quilts. Today I'm going to show you how to make your borders, how to size up your top of your quilt that you've made, and be able to make your borders the right way. So what you do is you get a tape measure. Usually this one is 120 inches. It's made for quilts. It goes to 120 versus a regular tape measure is only 60 inches. It's only 5 feet. So you might want to invest in one of these, but you could do it with the other one too. So, okay, to measure the top of your quilt, you need to start at the top and very carefully go down. Okay, make sure this is at the top, and it is. Okay, so the top of my quilt measures 70, about 80 lengthwise from top to bottom. Okay, so you know that's about right on both sides. Okay, then to measure the width of your quilt, you need to do it in the middle and in the top. You have to go like this. I'm going to do it right here where I have room. Okay, so I'm going to put the right here, 1. Okay. It measures across, it measures 63. Okay. And you're going to want to write that down, alright? I have 81. I have made 80. And for all three of mine together, averages around 62 and a half. Okay. So we're gonna make our own borders. So we got to remember, when you cut your 2.5 inch strips, you already cut them into the 2 pieces you need, one for each side, one for the length, one for the width, and so you only have to do it one time. So you need to cut approximately like that. I'll show you how to sew it together and what we're going to do. So now we're going to go into my sewing. Okay. Over here. Alright. And what we're going to do is okay. I'm going to use the material that I had left over from my quilt. All the different, I don't know, you guys can use what you want. It doesn't matter how much you have, because we're going to make them into strips. I'll show you how to sew those strips together. We're going to cut them into 2.5 inch strips, because we're only going to have the one border, okay? And then we're also going to use, this is binding. After we put our quilt sandwich together, we're going to bind around. And so I have 4. Each of these is 3 feet, which is plenty, but so I have 4 of the binding here. Okay. Whatever color you're going to use is, you know, just fine. Yeah, do that. Okay, so we're going to need our 24 by 6 inch ruler, because we're going to start cutting in strips. I think before we start the cutting, we should iron our pieces so that we know exactly how much we have. And as I said, it doesn't matter what size they are, okay? The only thing that matters is that we have enough to do the borders. Any of these little pieces here that you see, just, you know, we're going to cut them off. We're going to even up the pieces, and then we can cut off the excess that we're not going to use. Okay, so what I mean by that is, like right here, I don't need this. So I'm going to make it straight and I'm going to cut it off. Alright. Okay, where is it? Okay, we're going to cut that off. It's not important. So we're right here. Okay, so I cut this off and now it's not working for me. Sorry. Okay, this is excess. And then over here, I have a little bit excess over here also. So I want to put that on the line, like that, and just trim off a tiny, tiny bit. Because I need to save what I can on most of these. Cut it like this. Okay. Alright. Okay, on the quilt top that I left in the bedroom. Show them again. Okay, on the quilt top, depending on what size you guys made it, I don't know, but see, my bed's a queen bed, and it's a queen size. It's a good fit. We're going to do all the borders. I'm going to show you how to do the corners when we put the borders on. And like I said, you know, you can strip because it's all the material that you've already used in your quilt. You can also do solids if you want. You can do it white all the way around. You can do it whatever color you use that is solid if you have extra material all the way around. It's up to you. I just want to do mine in the material I have so I can use up the material. Okay, so okay, back out here. Alright, we're going to do this in 2.5 inches. So we measure where the 2.5 inches is right here, where the gold line tape is, and we're going to cut. Okay, there's one. I think I'm going to cut 2 to start with, because I don't know how many I'll need, because we have a lot of extra two. Okay. I'm going to start with this because I want to show you guys how to do it. Alright. Okay, then I'm going to take this real pretty one and iron it. Okay. Try to get as much of the wrinkles out as you can. I know sometimes it's not that easy, but you can try. Okay. Now we're going to cut along the separate part right here. We're going to get rid of it. Okay. So, little tiny bit like that. We don't need it. Okay. Okay, and again, it's going to be 2.5 inches. Okay, I'm going to do 2 of them. Okay, 2.5, which is right here, where the glow line tape is. See, going down 2.5. Never move the ruler until you can move the material. Okay, there's one. And one more. 2.5. Okay. Okay. I'm going to show you guys how to put this together to make your strip. Okay. Okay, we need a pencil, a fabric pencil, a special one. I have one in here. I'm going to use my blue one. Okay. So, what we're going to do is you take one piece, okay, of that one, and one piece of the pink. Oh, mine's pink. I don't know. Yours is. Okay, and we move this out of the way first of all. Okay, take the two together. Okay, and we put them like this, because when you sew it and you flip it, it's going to be right sides together, okay? Because we sew it together. Okay, we mark on. This is what's really hard. You got to do just perfect. Okay, and we'll put a pin in it. Keep it in place so that we can do what we need to do. Okay. Now, you take your ruler. I have a smaller ruler that I can use, but you may use yours if you want, but you don't really need to use one like that. Yeah, I have a 4-inch by 4 by 4. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're going to go from end to end. Okay, ensure it's perfect. All right, and we're going to mark it from end to end. Okay, it's going to go like that and like this. Okay, just don't worry, this washes off and it'll come off. Okay, see how I marked it? End to end. Okay, now we're going to take it to the sewing machine and we're going to sew along this line that I just made. Okay. So put the needle down, best you can. We're going to sew against the line, okay? So, pull the pin out when we get to it. Sometimes it's really hard to see it, but I understand. Just do the best you can, okay? Not asking for miracles. And what happened? Ah, my machine's not threaded. Okay, hold on. It just takes a second. Hang on, I've got to... This has to be done perfect again, okay? I'm sorry. I don't know why it... What happened with the machine. But, okay. Go ahead and pin it. Okay, hold on. Let me thread it really quick.